Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Hope you guys are doing well out there. We're going to talk about some stuff today that I think you will find interesting. Some will agree, some will disagree with this, but I think I'm excited, y'all. I'm super excited. I know it's hard to be excited sometimes in the middle of the summer slowdown for a lot of you, but man, I see things falling into place that are just huge, and I absolutely love it. And it's a numbers day today, so at the end of the video, I'm going to go through the numbers and let you know if we are anywhere near our goal of grossing $250,000 this year. All right, I'm gonna head back here, turn the AC off, pick up our first item, but as I do, let me know how it's going for you, good or bad, just so you see there's people in all situations out there. It's not bad for everybody all the time. It's not good for everybody all the time. But June, July, and August can be a little slower than usual for sure. First item down here. Sometimes we put these figures, if they're doll figures, like Ken and Barbie, we put them down there. If they're action figures, we put them up here. This is a 1964 Ken. It's got a rifle in there, hunting, all that. That thing sold for good money, y'all. $56.05. That was part of a private pick. We're going to get to the numbers at the end of this video here, the $250,000 that I talk about. The goal was 150,000 static and 100,000 live. And boy, we did not start off very well. And January is usually a good month for us. So we're catching up, and I can see it. And if what I'm going to talk about in this video is actually occurring and we're, going in that direction, I think what I've said for a long time is going to play out. I don't know if it'll play out quite as soon as I hope, but I think it will. And I think we're going to hit that number, I think. Fingers crossed. And I've asked the question before out there, is it possible to do that? Gross $250,000 the way I do it. I know it's very possible to do it, but predominantly sourcing at garage sales with a few private picks thrown in. And almost no thrifting, unless my wife does it. I used to say a little bit, but it's almost none. This was a garage sale find, part of a bulk buyout. I think I paid like 30 or 40 bucks for everything on a table, and we made a ton of money off of this deal. This is a single stitch Marlboro in great condition, y'all. Great condition. Marlboro stuff's not always worth money, but this shirt is. Took a little while to sell, single stitch, like I said, in perfect condition. A pretty large size, too, I recall. It's an XL, and this thing sold for $69.95 plus shipping. And you know me, I don't tell people what's the best way to do this and whatever. There's a different way to do it for different people, but I've always said doing it the way I do it, where I only source maybe, and people don't believe this either, I only source, I would say 50 days a year max. And I know people, boy, every time I say that, they're like, you're full of bull, whatever. Okay, that's just what I do. If you add up, I very rarely go out on a Friday, like maybe 5 times a year. There just isn't very many around here. I go out on Saturdays when the weather's good, all summer long, even though it's slow sometimes, all spring, all fall. In the winter, I do almost no sourcing whatsoever. So for me, I didn't even think it was really possible, to be perfectly honest with you. And so I added in a few extra little things. I know a few people I've been buying from around here more consistently, and I've thrown in a couple. I think I've done 4 private picks this year. Actually, I've done 6 if you count the one day where one private pick led to another that I didn't know about, led to another. So I'm throwing in those different forms of sourcing, and we're going to get there, y'all. And we're going to get there. I first thought it would be harder on static sales, mostly eBay, to get there. And then I was looking at it, I'm like, you know what, it might be harder for me to do it on live sales. But boy, Jess is just killing it. Plus the extra sourcing allows us to put better merchandise on the live sales, which we'll talk about that later, and still have awesome merchandise for eBay. And we're plowing through it, and we're having a good time doing it. One thing people always say is, hey, you live in a great area for garage sales. We live in a okay area for garage sales. Ask Jimmy Old School Flips. He'll tell you it's okay. It's not amazing. And in the summertime, it gets really slow. We might only have 6 or 7 sales to choose from. So the other thing that I have added in, and will add in again this year, that I could really help get there, is the online sourcing. And we do it from our own marketplaces. I bought a lot of CDs over on shopcommons.net. There's a few of them listed, but there are tons in that other shed. And I think I paid like 50 bucks for it. And there's a giant tub of it, and it was obscure stuff. I'm going to make hundreds and hundreds of dollars on that tub. This one right here, just this lot alone, it's the second one we sold from here. $41.80, 9-inch nails for CDs, y'all. But I put them all together. Helps the sale go quicker for sure. So $41.80 plus shipping. So we've talked about the sourcing and the minor adjustments and to the increasing amount of things that we're able to buy. By the way, my private pick stuff around here, really only one of them has resulted from this channel. So it's something that people can really figure out ways to do. I don't know, I've said it's cheating before when I get private picks from this channel because other people don't have opportunity to do that, even though they do, I suppose, just maybe not with this kind of an audience. But I try not to do those unless they make sense as far as distance and stuff. Apple dumpling, this is cool. I've sold a lot of strawberry shortcake mugs in the past, but I've never sold apple dumpling in this great a condition. It was $1, and it sold for $9.99 plus shipping. My wife and her friend gave me and her husband this calendar, so we've been keeping track every month of the static sales. This is predominantly eBay and the live sales, and this was for May. So we're gonna look at June here in a little bit, and June should be a down month for sure, and I think it will be as soon as I look at the numbers. We'll see. Also went with the family to the beach in June, so I took a week off, but I kept the eBay store open. But, you know, obviously you're not able to sell live if you're not here. There's a downfall of selling live for sure. You can't make money when you're sleeping. All right, these are Wishnick trolls, y'all. These aren't your typical troll dolls. You gotta pay attention to them. These are Wishnicks. These are old trolls. And this was part of a big buy of trolls. I just had a huge purchase by one person. That, well, these were all together, but you'll see it on the next video. This lot of trolls sold for $45.95. And I probably sold them too cheap. Plus shipping. I'm so glad Wallen hasn't asked to come in yet. There he is, though. Because I don't have any treats for him, y'all. This is a show, talking about live. We did this show on Shop Commons, and we were on for an hour exactly. And we did a co-host show over there, and we grossed around $440. Which is pretty cool. And I told y'all to come over there, by the way, because one of those lots in there is about $230 worth of merchandise sold for 49 bucks. And I'm happy about it because I'm making about 33 profit on it. The Immortal Mississippi John Hurt. That was the best deal in that lot today, for sure. And this one right here, y'all, this was in that record lot, and we didn't get to it selling them live on Dibdit, so we just brought them over here to eBay, and it sold for $14 plus shipping. Honestly, I think that folks that are just starting out, and you old timers know this, they're looking at garage sales the wrong way. And if you can go out and find those things that are multi-quantity, that you can make money over time, those are really, really the game changers in our business. And a lot of people miss them, like me, because I miss these. My dad found them, and I owe him big time, boy. These soaps right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're already $20 in the profit. We still have that whole drawer. Actually, we're already $40 in the profit because we just sold that. We all have these too. So now we're $40 profit because these sold for 30 bucks. So we're already doing really well. They're Penhaligus Quercus soap, right? And most people wouldn't look for that, and most people would overlook it, and I sure did. It was on the ground, and my dad said, hey, you should look at these soaps. He was thinking we'd sell them over on Polish and Brush and make a little bit of money because they were super cheap. And I looked at them like, Penhaligus London? I was like, I'm going to look these things up. And boy, I'm glad I did. Still have 6 of the soap lots to go, plus all that other stuff that's listed for basically the same price. So that deal is going to be like I don't know, we're going to make well over $400 on that buy. And it's going fairly quick, which I'm excited about. These are super cool. I paid $2 for these at a sale. I think it was $2, but I got 2 sets. See that one and that one right there? These are Cheech and Chong cigarette cases. And they're nothing amazing, but I'm like, $2? What the heck? I'll get 2 listings out of it because we got 1 and we got 2, and they're all matching. $15.95 plus shipping. So you turn $2 into 32. You know, you minus all the fees and all the stuff, you know, you're still doing okay. Definitely worth picking up for the time that I put into them. I could be wrong, but I'm going to say Greg is a viewer who bought this next item. We have not had as many. We may have had a lot of viewer sales, but they're not writing messages on the purchase itself, so I'm not quite sure, but I think we just have 1 today. And there was no message on this one, but when they buy different things, there it is right there. Look, I've been looking for, you know, Taylor Swift CDs forever, you know, trying to find the lenticular one in the first covers because some of those are so good. But I did kind of find one, CD plus Blu-ray, and I think she had $5 on it. I think that's what I paid for it. Sold for $30 plus shipping. My Vera bucket bin is inside because we've been buying so much of them. We've been buying so many, I've been selling them on live shows and over here on eBay. This one's so Tutti Frutti. This is a good pattern, y'all. Patterns make all the difference with Vera. This one sold for $21.95 plus shipping. All right, let's talk about what I've been hearing, what's been coming. I was smart. Oh, it's a different dog. Oh, there you are. I was smart enough when I went in to get that Vera Bradley bag that I went in and got treats too because I knew this was coming. Hey, you want one too? You were the one out there waiting. It always amazes me when I do these type of videos when I say that I think that things that are coming are good and this trajectory of this reselling thing is actually still going up, that people don't want to hear it. And I find that a little funny, and that's fine. Look, sometimes, you know, we got to be optimistic even when things aren't good. But I've been optimistic that there will be bumps in this road. There will be ups and downs, but this thing is not getting worse. It's getting better, but it's not getting better for everybody. In my opinion, and I've said this for a long time, it's getting better for the people that, A, know what they're doing, that are adjusting their sourcing. Like it's becoming, let's face it, it's becoming more and more difficult to only source at thrift stores. Not for everybody. There's people watching me right now, you know who you are, who are still just crushing it at thrift stores in different places. But it is overall becoming more difficult if you take it collectively. But I'm seeing shifts that are taking place where the people who have been in the game a long time, who know what they're doing, who are willing to learn, who are willing to adapt and adjust in little ways, are starting to benefit in big ways. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing people getting out of it, which I get, it seems a little oxymoronic, right? I got a message today from somebody. I get them all the time. Hey, I'm selling everything off. I wanted to run it by you if you're interested first. And my question is always, you know, well, I always say, send me pictures and tell me where you live. You know, I'm not driving to Oklahoma. And shipping's expensive. And I'm cheap. But at any rate, that is not necessarily a bad sign for those of us who are going to be in it for the long haul. You know, for years we talk about, oh, everybody and their brother's thrifting, or this is where it's going, and there's too much competition, whatever. I think that is thinning. And I know that may be antithetical to the way a lot of people are thinking, but honestly, that's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing people doing reselling in different ways, and a lot of people getting off of the eBay platform, and those who are staying are doing well. Not everybody, obviously. There are people out there who will be like, this is, you know, BS and whatever. And, you know, shipping's going up, and this is this, and this is this. Look, there's a lot of hurdles. There's a lot of problems. I just don't see the overall trajectory going down. I keep seeing it going up. And, you know, I'm a consumer of social media, reselling social media. I love it. I'm actually using it to my advantage these days a lot more. I used to sit down and watch it when I was upstairs sometimes. I'm not doing that. But every time I'm down here and this camera's not on, what am I doing? I'm losing my mind. It's on, and I'm consuming it then. And I'm consuming it in my car, and it keeps me inspired. It keeps my finger on the pulse, keeps me learning. $7.66, y'all, and shipping has gone up, and I'm doing free shipping on these, and they're on 30% off. I'm barely making anything. I'm into this for about a dime, though, so there's still a little bit of profit in there for me, but I got to probably adjust these or start selling them, and there's 3 or 4 different kinds. I don't know what I'll do, but $7.66 free shipping, and boy, with shipping going up, I might only be making $1.50 on that. But I still have 74 of them to go, so I don't know, make $100. They're sitting there, whatever. Easy to do, I suppose. I probably should change that one though. Up the price a little bit, relist it, do something, because maybe at $8.99. I don't know. Is somebody gonna pay $8.99 for that? I don't know. I gotta figure something out. But sometimes what used to work doesn't work quite as much anymore, and so bundle like those CDs, right? If shipping's going up, bundling those CDs by group is so much more efficient and so much better, and to get them sold as well. So there's different little things like that. You got to adjust to the current circumstances, and a lot of you have done that out there. So let me know something really quick. Before I get into my numbers, we still got to pick some more items. Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you not? I don't see. Here's one of the reasons I don't see more and more and more people getting into reselling. Because thrifting is getting more and more and more expensive. And I think you're seeing less people jump in, depending on where they're at. which leaves more for the rest of us. Not just sourcing, but selling as well. The platforms expanding, which everybody thought was the death knell and whatever for eBay sellers. I think it's been awesome for eBay resellers in the end. And I think it's going to continue to be. Reselling is meeting new markets. They're touching different markets, and different marketplaces are appealing to different groups of people and increasing the overall pool of people who are buying. And it makes it even more possible for people on eBay, because a lot of those eBay sellers have moved to different platforms, and there's less of us staying on this platform and making more money. That's not true for everybody. I get that. I'm not trying to insult anybody or downplay difficult times, but that's just what I keep seeing. I see more. I look at those numbers. I'm a nerd in one spot in numbers, the overall macro trends, and I track that stuff, and it's just going up and up and up slowly, but it ain't going down. This is going to be, maybe I'll go around this way. They look like they're taking a nice nap. Slipknot. So I'm already in the profit off of that lot that I bought off of Shop Commons. And some people are like, well, why are you selling on Shop Commons? And why are you... Long story. I'll tell you what, it's inspired me to make a video. I'm going to make a video like I've never made before. It's going to be a talking head video. I'm going to be away for a couple of days here. My wife and my anniversary is coming up. And I might make a talking head video and then save it for a few weeks and put it out. Some things that people have been asking me for years, and I'm not comfortable answering it, but I'm going to, sort of. And it should be a fun video. I'm looking forward to it. Slipknot, so it's all pure profit at this point after fees, is $24 plus shipping for that lot right there. It sold pretty quick too. I might have sold it a little cheap. I don't know. I'll give you a little preview of it really quick. You won't see it for a little while. I might film it tomorrow or the next day. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll save it to when I'm actually on vacation. I don't know what I'm doing. But people ask me all the time, you know, do you make more money on YouTube or reselling and whatever? And I think people would be surprised about different aspects of what we do. And I've really never exposed it, but I've got so many more of those questions just in the last month than I have in a long time. And they're by kind people. They're not people out there like, oh, you make money on social media, you're not a real... Not those kind of questions. They're legitimate, because I think people are seeing change coming. They're nervous, they're different, and they're seeing so many more people in our country become entrepreneurs in a non-traditional sense and take what they love, like reselling, for instance, and figure out different ways to make money on it and to do what they love. And that's what I do. I mean, I'm making content about things that I am passionate about. And I rarely answer those questions, but I'm going to lay it out. I will literally take each channel. I'm not going to give you the dollar amount, but I'm going to say, this is, you know, my biggest income earner. This is my second. And we'll talk about all of the ways that I think it'll be helpful for some people. Either, if nothing else, just to understand me and my mindset. But for other people, they're searching out there. They're searching for answers. They're searching for answers for their spouse, for their future. And things really are changing. It's not like social media is new and people making money on social media is new. Not like reselling is new and people making money. But they're cobbling together their incomes and their future in a way that we've never seen before. And it's been increasing, and I think that will increase as well. It's not like your mom and dad who worked at the same place for 30 years, although some of you will and some of you have. But it's changing for younger people. And I figured, you know what? I guess it's time. I've got nothing to hide. I didn't want to hide it. I'm an older guy, right? I'm in my late 40s here. And it's not something that I share, right? I don't walk up to people and say, how much do you make doing this? What do you make doing this? But doing what I'm going to do today and literally talking month to month and showing numbers for what I do in my operation, it's very different than a lot of people's. I've kind of been liberated by it. I'm like, okay, I can do this to some degree. So we're going to do that and literally do it with numbers on a future video. I think some of you might enjoy it. I've got two things on my list before we get to this, and I still have to pull two more items, but I would be remiss if I didn't do this. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. I'm not a card bro. I'm not a Pokemon person. I know very little about either one, but we did so good on this card buy that I thought we would do something fun. $1 offer. People are making $1 offers over there right now, all the way through Wednesday the 23rd. On this entire box of Pokemon cards. This has about a $200 eBay value to it. So Go over there and make a $1 offer. It won't cost you a dime, dibditcards.com. And on Wednesday, the 23rd, we're going to put everybody who's made an offer between now and then. You don't even have to be there. Everybody that's made an offer will get run through a program, and Ivan, who helps us with Dibdit and Dibdit Cards, is going to send me the name of the winner live on Wednesday. And that person will pay $1 for this, free shipping. And, you know, you might have a 1 in 500 chance, but that's okay. Go do that, and like I said, it won't cost you a dime unless you win, and then you'll be happy. It'll cost you 10 dimes, and you'll get this for $1. The other thing I was going to show you is out here in this shed, and I didn't want to forget it before I pulled these last two and got into these numbers. I'm not terribly ashamed of my shed right now. Just a little, the porch needs, we've had so much stuff in here that the porch is like the overflow, which isn't good. But at least it's air conditioned in here. Boy, we have a mess. Whew. Sometimes when Jess doesn't come for a while, I just start piling stuff up. Then she gets here, she sorts it out for me. I do the eBay stuff, she does the live selling stuff. And so I didn't know what was going to be eBay and what was going to be live with this. But we've already, like I said, we're already in the profit. Got these right here that I'm listing as well. Actually, did I list that one as... I think I've listed these already. There's one single CD in there that goes for like 40, 50 bucks too. So this took a little bit of time, but I went through, these are all singles. In other words, there's no duplicate of the same band. So these are gonna all probably be on eBay because there's duplicates. And then we'll sell all of these off in a lot on Shop Commons as singles, because I'm not gonna become a CD seller and sell all those singles, look them all up. Some may be good, some maybe not. Maybe a video game, or excuse me, a media store or something can pick them up. We'll sell those off cheap because we're already in the profit, and we haven't even listed these. These are in drafts right now, I think. And that was a shopcommons.net buy. I used to get on there and look a lot more. I don't do it quite as much because I have so much inventory right now. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to this winter, because I'll need it for sure. Took me leaving for the dog to get up. How you doing? You don't want a treat? Or do you want to go? I'll give you a treat and then you can go. Sold another troll doll. This one hasn't sold yet. That one's probably one of the pricier ones, but we've got a bunch that we listed and they sold together. We're going to show them to you next time. This is a Dam troll doll, Denmark Dam troll doll. Right there, you can see it. Trolls, D-A-M, on the backs from the 60s. That one sold for $15.95 plus shipping. The ones with clothes obviously do better. I don't know how much we have that one listed for. I'm just noticing I have blank spots from sales. I hate that. I gotta find some stuff to put up there. Like I said before, one way to mitigate these costs in shipping going up is to lot stuff together a little bit more than you usually do. And that's what we did here. Now, if these were all exactly the same, then I probably wouldn't have done it. I gotta get this out of here because I don't want them to fall off. What's this one? A Mickey ornament. And so these puzzles right here on their own would not have sold this quickly by any stretch. But they're all different. They're scene 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a no-brainer. I can't do it with one hand. I'll have to do 2 at a time. It's a no-brainer to do these together. And they're not high value anyways. Sold for $24.95, maybe $24. $24 plus shipping. And you get one of them, 2 of them. Anybody do their Christmas shopping in the summertime? Man, you could get some crazy good deals. I've already bought Christmas gifts for my kids over on Dibdit, and I'm sure better not mess it up. Hopefully that didn't ding a corner. Still looks pretty good. So $24 plus shipping. Bought in a giant lot of stuff, so who knows? I don't even know how much I'll make for these. I don't even know how much I spent on them. I know I'm going to make money, though, because there was a lot of stuff in that lot. Also owe a huge apology. Did they buy these? I don't know if they did or not. I'll have to look. Just a second. Yep, they did get these. So they bought Trash to Cash bag over on Dibdit and the Noids over on Dibdit. And this is a while ago, y'all. This is like, I can't believe I missed this order. But there was that week when I was on vacation that I did not sell over there on Dibdit. And I came back and we had a show and I never looked back. I didn't even think about putting that store on vacation. So this is a very late order, 2 weeks late. So Scott, if you're listening, Walking Door out there, I apologize. You also got an ornament that I think might be inside. It's a Yogi Bear Kurt Adler. I'm going to go grab it, but my power has gone out twice in the last 2 minutes, so I'm a little worried. I want to get this stuff shipped and see if I can't find that Kurt Adler Yogi Bear. It's probably in here one place. I hope it is anyways. I don't cross list. Stuff I put on Divdit, I just put on Divdit. So we should have it here somewhere. If by chance I can't find it, that's a cool ornament. I know we have it. I've never sold it. It's been on Divdit. Any rate, thank you for your purchase, Scott, over there on Divdit. All right, let's talk numbers for a minute. You know, we started off pretty slow, y'all. I just started doing static live. That was a really slow month. And did I skip one? 14,000 in March, 5,200, 12,700 on static listings. That's predominantly eBay, but like you see, we have static sales as well on different platforms, and we saw Bonanza, and I even add in the local stuff. I don't think I have a local sale this week, or this month. 13,600 last month, 7,900 live. So June. All right, we're always rounding up or down. This actually, we had to round down to $6,900 selling live. Now, as you know, we don't sell on Whatnot anymore. We're selling on the Divdit 8. I sold on 1, 2, 3, 4. I sold on 4 of the Divdit 8 marketplaces. I think I sold on Tiquity, sold on Commons. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I didn't sell on Tiquity this month. I sold on Polish and Brush. I think that's right. I just looked at the dumb numbers and I can't remember, and I don't want to go back through it. But we sold on either Tiquity or Polish and Brush one time. We sold on, I don't think I sold on Threads this month. Or in June, not this month, but in June. No, that's not true. I got to add to that number. Hold on. All right, I was right to begin with. I did not sell on Threads in June. I did sell at the end of May. It was a hat sale over there. So that'll make that number correct. So shopcommons.net, Divdit cards, and Polish and Brush is where we sold, and we sold $6,900 worth. And that was in a month where I was gone for 8 days, so it's not bad. It's not on pace to get $100,000 in a year. It's, what is that, 82-ish, something like 81, about 8,000. Is that right? My number's right? So 7,000 times 12 is 8,400. But we gotta subtract 1,200 there. So yeah, we're not on pace this month. But most of the live selling we're going to be doing is going to be in September, October, November, unless my wife gets me to keep going on these vacations. All right, I wrote down all of the numbers for static sales off of eBay, which is a very small percentage. We'll add them to this. So for eBay itself, $11,200. And we're going to add in the statics that we got off of that. We're going to look at just over $12,000. The last month I did have one big sale local, which was pretty cool, for about $400. So that was a good one. I don't do that very often, but we do it from time to time. This one has, and I did sell a little jewelry. No, that was previous month. I was going to add more to it, but I better not. I have my little list from last month because sometimes I can't remember when I do the local sales, which is pretty rare. Unless it's jewelry. I sell that 2 or 3 times a year. Just gold and stuff like that I find locally. And sometimes I'll put it on eBay. Any rate, average sale price per item has been ticking up for us. June actually went down to $43.63. I bet you in July it'll be far higher than that. But for us in the past, it used to be hovering in the low 30s. So we keep going up because of the live selling, actually. We keep going up, and the bundling in our average sale price. And, you know, we have a lot of small items we sell a lot of that really drag that down. But whatever. I don't really care about that number. I know a lot of people do. I don't. Sales private for the previous year, we're up 15% year over year. So that is really good. $12,300. So in a slow month like June, that is still almost going to hit our mark. Now we had some really slow months back there, so we're not going to hit that mark based on those numbers. But last month we surpassed that number, and when we get to Q4, that number usually ticks up. So I still think, I haven't even told them up. I don't want to know. I don't know how far off that number. We're off of the mark right now, but I think with Q4, we're going to get there for sure. That's typically what happens. And we're off the mark for lives too, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm running shows this week, and I think we're going to hit both of them, even though we're falling behind on both so far. I just played catch with Turner, so I'm a little winded. I was going to give you Divdit Threads numbers real quick and Divdit and all that for those of you who are interested. 153,900 so far on Dibdit threads. Y'all, we've only been, what is it, 4 months old? Those aren't my sales. I haven't sold nearly that much over it. That's just the overall sales. Same age as Dibdit cards, I believe, or very close to it. I think we started in February over there. And it's 135,100 on Dibdit cards. Commons all-time sales. This so far year to date's just under 90,000, 88,800. 88,800 in sales, but that is predominantly from static sales. That's been pretty much a static selling website until lately. We've built it big enough that people are somewhat comfortable going over there and selling lots. All-time sales 193,100. And then of course Dibdit itself, which is much older. It was the mothership. No, it was the I don't know what you want to call it. 712,000 so far, but this year alone we're just below 600,000 in sales. There are of course other marketplaces over there. I don't have access to all those numbers because there's a primary owner and whatever, so I don't have all those, but the ones I do have access to, we have eclipsed $1 million in sales over there, which is cool. We haven't eclipsed it for the year yet, but we will be by the end of July. We'll have eclipsed $1 million in sales over on the Dibdit platforms, which is kind of cool, and it's growing rapidly, which is even more cool. Reagan is here, so all the animals came. You're coming back here for treats. You know you're not allowed back here. I gotta get you down. All right, Reagan is, check out this gift we got over here. Look at this. I should have got Turner for this one. Cassie B. Thank you very, very much. I should probably open that. But best kids Christmas jokes ever. So we're going to save that for Christmas for Turner. He'll get back in here. And Reagan is going to... Actually, we already thanked Heather's Menagerie. She bought the last one that we had available. I did keep 2 because I wanted to keep them for decoration in here. Maybe we'll sell one over there on Dibdit.com. And do you remember who you're thanking for this plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table? Shawnee. Shawnee bought plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table. And we got the cut list and everything over there. We email them to y'all. So anyway, Johnny, thank you very much.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Actually, Dibdit by itself this year, by the end of the year, will be well over $1 million. So cool. And thank you for everybody who's joined us over there. It's a different kind of place, and the people over there are just awesome, most of them. And I enjoy the heck out of it. So anyway, thank y'all for that. And let me know what you think. Are we headed towards what I do? Do you see continued growth in reselling? From where you stand, or do you see it as a downward trend? I just don't see the downward trends. I see ups and downs, but I don't see the trends going down. So let me know what you think. Thank y'all for joining us as always, and I can't wait to see you next time.